Just last year, I had a birthday party with some of my closer friends coming over. It would already get kind of chaotic in the beginning because one of them just places down their music box and begins blasting music. Another sits on my couch watching TV, football games, and another one ran off to my PC and proceeded booting up Valorant. That's a video game that's gotten kind of popular in the last years. Instead, just playing for 2 hours. So me and this other guy were left completely alone. We're talking a bit and just annoyed of the others because they weren't here for my birthday party. They didn't go for social interaction. They got for the media that they could also have used at home. Then we go to cooking. We want to cook burgers, so we put out all of the ingredients, prepare them, cut the tomatoes, cut the pickles, make the burger sauce, already put the buns in the pan, right? And then I leave for washing my hands. And the guy that played Valorant just yeeted the pickles out of the window. Now, in front of my house, there were some pickles. And I was getting super upset and angry. I tell him, bro, you're gonna have to leave if you keep doing that. And so he said, yeah, it's fine, oh, sorry. But he obviously proceeds to do this. So I had him as a mate for 3 years at that point. And just then I realized the time we had spent wasn't actually so great. It felt like he took more from me than he gave back. Like, I can't remember a time where we actually had a good time and laughed together. Just then I realized that I had keeping around false company for 4 years. So starting off, if you don't like the person and you're not having a good time with them, seriously think about if you're even compatible as friends. Can you stay together this way? If you build up a connection that really relies on the person or just on the habits or some factors going around you because you've been going to the same school for quite some time, you have the same social circle, and these reasons to keep being with this friend. Seriously think about this. The next point is that the guy doesn't respect you or your opinions and makes you feel bad on a general, like disregarded, basically. So for me, it was that friend that just looked over all my wishes for him to be better. That just threw the pickles out anyway, even though I told him, please don't do that. That's the kind of guy that you don't want to have around because he doesn't respect you. And if you respect yourself, you'd only keep company that respects you, that sees you on the same level, right? That wants you to do good and them to do good. It's like this growth dynamic that you want in friendships, right? That you can grow together, have a good time at best, but not to get taken more from than you're given by him, right? So if you have a friend in mind right now, he's probably not that good of a guy. Maybe you're just keeping him around for social reasons because you're scared of being alone. You don't actually enjoy the time you spend together, but you're doing some stuff together and you think, oh, that's better than nothing. But I'm telling you, I wish I would have known this back then. You don't have to waste your time with these people, with these fake people. You can actually go forth and find new ones, new friends, better people that actually grow with you. This makes me really upset because I spent 3 years with someone that actually just drains my life energy, my social energy, more than he has given. And and to you, would you want to keep around such friends? No, obviously you wouldn't, right? So that's why you want to spend time with new people and just cut them out as soon as you can. Just slowly distance yourself from them. Don't text them again. It's that simple. Then the next note I have is he makes fun of you in front of others and makes you feel bad in general. So this is looking back to a story I had in 8th grade. I was with another mate that we were kinda friends. We were the only ones walking around together because we couldn't find other friends. I had a long phase of being alone and having no friends in school. So it felt really good having that one friend. And we talked about everything. We talked about the girls that we liked and what we were upset about. Yeah, this guy's meeting her, so this makes it harder for us, we would say. And then I sit on a bench outside of my school and try to draw a bit for my arts project. And then I see him with two girls and three other guys standing in a circle. And they're laughing and looking at me. Now, of course, I know something's wrong. They are laughing about me, right? Because what other body language would signify that even more clearly, you know? So they were looking at me, laughing about me. So I don't have the confidence to go up to them. I wait a bit, and then when the break ends, I'm basically going inside, pulling him aside. Yo, what did you just talk about, man? And it turned out that they had actually told everyone about the girl, like directly to the girl. She was standing in there that I had a crush on for 2 years ago. And this really hurt me. And if you have a friend that you can't trust, what's the point of the friendship in the first place? Because if you know this, you'll feel this barrier to talk about them for important stuff, right? And if you can't talk about them with important stuff, then it's hard for you to develop as good friends in the first place. It's kind of hindering you. And then that goes back to my last point where I said that it's better to then seek out new friends and throw them aside, be alone for a while, than to keep them around and try to fix them, try to work it out. You know, in some scenarios, communication is really the key. You can fix a lot by talking about your problems with the people, but you'll know the point to where as it isn't fixable anymore, where something big just happened that made you super uncomfortable. And the last point I have is that they make you do bad habits or stuff. To the friend that was on my birthday and played Valorant, he had a history of doing some stupid stuff in school, doing something that generally did more worse than it did good. You know, he there was this vape epidemic on my school, which some kids just killed vapes. Now he wasn't one of them, but he bought one with two other guys, and then pulled pulled the entire class of boys with him behind the school building and then vaped. There was this really sweet kid, which was like a really religious kid, had good parents. That was like the pure angel, you know? He didn't do anything bad. But this guy pressured him into taking a hit of the vape. Can you imagine? The religious kid just like taking a hit. But this guy was good at it. He could really convince anyone to do what he thought was funny. Like on parties, he'd go around and then pressure guys into drinking. Like, luckily, it never got too out of hand, but it's scary, isn't it? Because, you know, with these people, something can just go wrong easily. So, cut them out. They give more disadvantages than advantages for you. And you know this. So, what's the point of this video? It's really just to give you an idea and give you a reality check on who your friends really are. If they are just the guys that fit into the situation right now because you don't want to be alone, or are they actually people you can grow with? And now you know the wise decision on which friends to keep around and which you don't. There's some in the gray part, which some from time to time you benefit with them, and from time to time you have a good time, right? But even those I would rethink, because you can put so much more time into new ones. But for that, you gotta build up the efforts of actually going out and talking to new people, trying to make new social interactions, be it on some school events, sport events, whatever you can go to, really. Now imagine the guys that would go to parties and drink. They would kind of fall into the category of fake friends because they will make you feel bad. They do bad habits, so it will automatically just go onto you, brush off onto you. That's not what we want as guys who want to improve. Just their social life or skills in general. Right? Think about if your logical brain says, yeah, I want to keep them around. Or if it's just your emotional scarcity brain that says, oh no, I'm gonna be lonely if I don't have them anymore. It's really a decision up to you. But I believe you can make the right choice now.